And good morning. It is the 30th of December 2020. Yeah. We're going to be talking today about reports and claims made by the British Brainwashing Corporation and ITV and Channel 4 and all these other media outlets this morning. And we're going to be talking about that this morning. We are the alternative media. People like myself growing all the time. Their channels are growing all the time. Anna Breeze, the former BBC ITV presenter, left these outlets because she knew that they were peddling propaganda. And this is the trouble with news outlets. It always gets into that kind of a situation. Good morning, everybody. Davies Coyne in the noodleator. All right, son. Kerry Ann. Yeah, how you doing, darling? Lovely to see you. Alison Goulding, Kenny Mack. Mate, I've got to talk to you on the phone. We got to talk, man. It's been a while, isn't it? Kenny Mack, I need a haircut, people. I do need a haircut. I'll be looking like Trevor McDonald soon if I ain't careful. Excuse me, a bit of the old Rona there. Popping up. Lovely to see you all. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you've had nice time periods. It is freezing outside. I don't know if you can see the frost on the ground. There is frost on my solar panels. But look, we got the burner going. She's beautiful. She is beautiful. I'm loving the burner. Oh, let me tell you. Yeah, loving the burner. And by the way, if any of you ever fancy switching, what are you doing, dog? Energy suppliers. There is a company out there called Utility Warehouse, and they are devils. They are literally the devil's spawn. Not nice people. Not nice people. So be careful. These energy companies are not who you think they are. They're, for me, a modern day Nazi Gestapo with the way they trample on us all. Disgusting. Simon Boyle, hello, darling. Hugh McBeath, how you doing, son? Nice to see you. Like your profile picture there with the little sun rays coming over the top with the little fleckles. It's lovely. Alison Goulding, how you doing, sweetheart? Nice to see you. UK media. You're all tuning in there. So listen, yesterday the media, the national lamestream media, made a claim that there are 51,000 people currently in hospitalization with the Rona 1984. Okay, now for me that's a bit of a problem because I don't consider that to be truthful. All right, I consider that to be a bit of a fiction. Now, I could be wrong. No one's ever completely right. You know, we're living in this world and it's all gone a bit weird and wonderful at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty sure you'll agree with them facts. But the point is this: if there is 51,000 people in hospital suffering with this, I want to see the evidence, because all of the amateur footage that I'm seeing of people going to hospitals to check out their current status and modus operandi tells a very different story. And in fact, that they're not busy, and that these Nightingale hospitals, yet again, they were mentioned yesterday, Nightingale hospitals. The Nightingale hospitals are pretty much shut. The testing centres that people go into, you know, you pull up like getting a McDonald's burger, you pull up, you place your order, Bob's your uncle, you get your test results in a couple of days. These places are pretty much empty in consideration to the amount of populace that there are of people in this country. Now, in England, this little small country called England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, there's approximately 65 million people. Now, I don't know, actually. I would assume that them figures would include Wales, bless the Welsh, love the Welsh, and Scotland for 65 million. I don't think that just includes the populace of England, all right? So when you look at the amount of people that there are, when you see the people that are going through these test centres with the claims of 51,000 people now in hospital with the Rona, I would suggest that there would be an overflow in hospital car parks. I would say that their car parks would be really busy, and that hospitals would be really, really, really uberly busy right now. But I'm not seeing the evidence, and especially not through amateur. Now, if I was you and I was going to hedge my bets, I would hedge my bets in 2020, going into 2021, into seeking out the truth from alternative media. The truth. I'm not paid. I'm not sponsored. Okay. I will try and give God's honest truth as I see it. I'm not having my nose powdered. I'm not having to have makeup on. I'm not having to cut. I'm not having to have VT. I just come on here and just talk. All right. So when I see claims laid out by the mainstream media that there are 51,000 people in, now I can't stand the lies and the deceit from the mainstream media. And I entitled this video Monopoly. Now, you've all played Monopoly in the past. As a kid, you probably, sat round tables playing tiddlywinks. I did a Monopoly and all these other little board games as a kid, Twister, and having so much fun with my nan and my granddad and my family in general. We just, that's how we made our entertainment. It was non-stop hilarious when I was a child, because life seemed to take on a different connotation back then. It was more, life was more meaningful and respected. But now we're living in this situation where we are properly in Monopoly, and it's a case of you've all got to try and stay out of jail. But the thing with Monopoly is it's just a game, and this social system that we live in, i.e. council taxes and all these, that is, it's just a game. It's just a game, but it's a very evil game, because if you don't know who you are, then it can really bite you. And the state party, the Germanic state party, because that's how I see it. When people come around and use weapons of war against you for a civil matter, I don't see that as anything decent. But we must understand we're just living on this monopoly board, right? And we can remove ourselves. We absolutely can remove ourselves. But 51,000 people now have been claimed by the mainstream media to be in hospital suffering with the Rona 1984. And all I'm saying is I want to see the evidence. Now, that doesn't make me a sicko. That doesn't make me a narcissist. If the claims are being laid, I want to see the verification of them claims. Because many people that I know that go to hospitals, that film hospitals. We've got the UK Brexit Party. There's a guy called Tim who's in there. He's just been to these Nightingale hospitals. He's all over TikTok, and I've just seen him. He's like, they're just not empty. They're empty. These Nightingale hospitals are empty with skeleton staff. Now, I would suggest if you go to your hospitals, your local hospitals, so you get on a bus, do whatever, go drive down there and just have a look for yourself, because then it doesn't matter what the mainstream media say. You've evidenced it for yourself. And like I say, I could be completely wrong, but my heart tells me that I'm not. So if you want to satisfy your own lusts for these things, go yourself. Go and just have a walk around. Go into their shops and grab a sandwich in the hospitals, because Lord knows hospitals now become places of business centres. You can get cash machines, you can get your food, your Costa coffees. Some of them, I think, have probably got a McDonald's in them. Lord Jesus, in a hospital, McDonald's, can you believe it? That's shit food in a hospital. It don't make sense. So the point is this: if you need to satisfy your curiosity, go and have a look for yourself and see for yourself whether these places are busy. And if they are, let me know. Internet connection being interrupted because you talk and speak the truth. Love all you true patriots. Russell Birch, got your WhatsApp this morning, love. Love it to see it. No, yesterday, I read it yesterday. God bless you. Gruber. That's funny, wasn't it? All hospitals full up. That's the thing. Our hospitals full up. That's what I want to know. I want to know whether hospitals are full up. The banker, man or woman, always wins with black magic maritime law, not learnt in school. Your game piece is the Mr. Mrs. person. Your birth certificate is a jail card, the property game. Absolutely right, Kerry Ann. And it's so lovely for you to tune in this morning whilst we're having a live feed. We've only got a couple of days until New Year, and Lord knows what 2021 is going to hold in store for many of you. They're already talking tier 5. Lord knows where these tiers stop, but tier 5 in London is apparently you're not allowed out your house after 8 o'clock at night. Please, somebody tell me that this is not one great big Germanic Nazi-filed lockdown. At Buckingham Palace a few years ago, ladies and gentlemen, with my gorgeous friend Graham Moore, when he went up to petition the monarch, and what I see surrounding the gates of Downing Street was the policemen with their machine guns. And someone just observed these facts, and in my brain I'm thinking, that's Nazi. That's a Nazi SS stormtrooper kind of situation. I think it's uberly dangerous. But I'm hoping and praying that the people of my country and around the world, England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, everywhere, all of a sudden decide just to wake up and see what's going on, and do not accept and pacify yourself to this lockdown situation. I, from the beginning of this situation, have been very respectful of people, but I have never, ever worn a mask. Never. And I've taken to task a company that insisted and got a little bit carried away with themselves, called Two Station, and I've taken them to task, and that is in limbo at the moment. But we can't have this. Whoever give these corporations the right to tell men and women what to do? Look at that. That is sticking up there. Drives me mad. Dave, I mentioned this on Jamie's page yesterday. Some girl came on and said they are full. Well, let's see the proof, Trev. You know, if the hospitals are full, let's see people with their amateur cameras, videos, you know, send it into Beadles About, get you 200 quid, go and take videos of this. I want to see. Now, my friends went and rescued a baby a few weeks ago. Met the barber, Toby Lee, and quite a few others. They went down and rescued a baby that was going to be taken by social services, the child snatchers. And Lord, forgive them, man, for what the things that they're doing to people, social services. I just hope the good Lord forgives you for your sins. I really do. But the hospitals didn't look overly busy then. And then you've always got the police roaming around these hospitals now, the plantation owners. You know, we've now got police in this country. They'll arrest someone, take you into a cell, strip you naked, and laugh at you and do all sorts of calumny against you. For what? And why? Why would you wish to do that to somebody? You must be very evil and satanic to want to do them kind of things to a soul and a spirit. You really must be a very unhinged and special kind of individual. You must be a dead, lifeless soul rolling around inside that carcass. And that's all I'm saying. Because there is no way on this earth that I could ever justify and satisfy myself in doing that to somebody else. I don't care whether you've got a uniform on or you're wearing a Mr. Blobby outfit. There's no reason, and there's no rightful reason that you should be doing that to people. But what we're getting now is infiltrators on Facebook. Yeah, Facebook for me is pretty much done, Trev. Never wear the mark of the beast. Absolutely right, Russ. I've just not worn one. I've just not. No, I've been out for cold walks with a little thing over my nose for 10 minutes because the cold was getting to my face. But that's my choice. Not a mask, just a pull up little neck warmer. We went out walking the dogs Boxing Day and it was cold. And we went out for a couple of mile walk with the horses, and I just pulled this thing up because I wanted to keep my face warm. But when we're told, this is the difference. When you're told to do something and that you've got no choice but to do it, that's the problem that I have with all of this, because England is run by bullies. All right. This country at the moment is run by a group of satanic bullies. You must do this. You will do that. If you don't, we're going to cost you. We're going to take your liberty. We're going to put you in prison. We're going to kick you out of Tesco's. Tesco's is just a corporation. Aldi's, Lidl's and Sainsbury's and all the others are just corporations, but they're walking around like Heil Hitlers. All for what? Because you won't do what they tell you. And this is all about control, ladies and gentlemen. You must walk a certain way through a shopping centre. You must walk a certain way through an airport. You must wear a mask on an aeroplane. You must take a vaccine. This is all about you doing what you're told. Now, I didn't come into this world to be that way. I didn't come into this world to lick corporate cock. I didn't. I come into this world a free man. And I intend to die a free man. And all this happened all the way through my life. Excuse me. That's a Rona on the left lung. Is be deceived, because this world is all about deception. All right. And it's got to stop, and it will stop. We are going to make it stop. The Stanford prison experiment. Every officer's truth for a pay packet off the bank manager. Yeah. The things people will do for money is unbelievable. I mean, truthfully unbelievable. Coppers will strip you naked in a cell and beat you and butt fuck you. Excuse me, my show's not for children. It's quite clearly labelled not for children, because if it was for children, there'd be no comments allowed. And they justify and vilify themselves because they get a pay packet at the end of the month. Well, it's not like going out and making a boat out of wood or putting a boiler room in or something like that and then getting a pay packet at the end of the month where you've done your labours for honesty. You're coveting people's bodies. You are stealing their freedoms, and it's got to stop. England, as you know, is a free people. We're supposed to be a free people, ladies and gentlemen. And now you've got your public servants going to be keeping you in after 8 o'clock at night. And if you dare go out, you face the wrath of their Rottweilers, aka the police farce, the police. Costa have said you have to wear a mask or shield your face. I'm far too good looking to wear one of them masks. Good morning, Tracy Pearson. Lovely to see you, darling. Hope you're all right. What they don't realise, it'll be them next. Exactly, Trev. They don't realise the police, the people that run this system, that run this world, they call the police their dogs. The judges, the politicians, oh, we'll get our police to go and do that. We'll get our dogs. They call them their dogs. I don't want that. I want a group of people in this country, maybe called the police, that actually are proud people, that actually work for the people, that used to pretty much work for the people, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, I've just recorded, I've got recordings of many empty hospitals in my area. Pandemic my arse. I agree with you, Russ. I do agree, and I remember them videos, and I still have them videos you sent me where you went and done that. They just weren't busy. So the point is this: Russell went and did his own due diligence. He listens to people like us. He's then gone along. I think you had your family member in there at the time, Russ, didn't you? Your dad, Colin. God bless Colin. I've just had a tear this morning because it's a year today that I lost my Kira. She passed away a year today at about 1 o'clock. And I've just got up this morning. I've got her casket on my windowsill. I've just given her a big hug and a kiss and had a few tears over her because I love and miss that dog like there's no tomorrow. And we all love and miss our loved ones. And we should love and miss our loved ones that are sadly departed and no longer with us. Although they've all gone to glory, because they do. He who believes without seeing shall not face death. The Bible clearly tells you, if you're in Christ, you shan't see death. Does that make sense to you, people? And that's why I'm so into the scripture, because it tells you about you. Yeah, none of us are going to enjoy crossing over, but crossing over we are all going to do. We're all souls and spirits in a body. That's all we are. But if you believe without seeing, then you will go. The physical form will pass away, but you'll transcend. You're going to go to greatness. Because trust me, the next life to come is far greater than this. Good morning, Del Boy. Lovely to see you. My mate just bought me the box set of Del Boy, Only Fools and Horses. Great series, wasn't it? Mons 2, Rodney. Bonnet the douche. Jason Wills, how you doing, darling? Lovely to see you. So yeah, people, look, satisfy your own curiosities. You know, most people watch the lamestream media, but I guess more and more people are turning off from it. And more people are saying that only about 40% of the population are prepared to take this vaccine. So the system has a real hard push with this thing right now. That's why they're doing jab and go. jab and go. You go and book out your holiday online with TUI or all these on the beach. There's one on the TV now. People are sending me all this stuff on the beach. Go and book your 2021 holiday up to go away. And Bosch, this was Thompson's actually. Someone sent me a letter this morning because they've emailed Thompson's, right? This is how quickly these people capitulate when their push comes to shove. They're advertising on the telly now, right? Because remember, this is a free will universe. No one can force you against your will. Nobody. They're saying jab and go. Go and get your jab to go on holiday in 2021. Now, this company that's advertising that, someone's emailed them and they've got a reply back from a woman that works for this company called Tina. And Tina says, no, we're not going to require a vaccination. We're just suggesting that people might want to go out and do this. So she's quite clearly backtracked and said, we can't stop people flying if they don't have a vaccine. We can't. All right. So the devil always has to offer you something. And hopefully the devil don't want you to see and reveal, right? He doesn't want you to have the revelations that actually, no, you don't have to have this stuff. He just wants to kindly give you an offer and that you take that offer. That's how he gets control over you. But when you say no, that's it. It has to stop. Stevie J Sleep, good day, mate. Good day. How the devil are you, mate? A new vaccine on the news today that makes you immune. Well, if you want to have your DNA and your RNA tampered with and lose control of you want your body's immune system to lose control of itself. Now, I don't care if something assimilates with the immune system, like vitamins and minerals and all these other bits and bobs that super boost your immune system. That's a good thing. But when you have a foreign invader coming in and taking hold and control of your immune system, you should be very concerned that your body was born with a natural ability to fight off many, 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 many things, provided you keep that immune system sharp, provided you keep it super boosted. You'll be surprised of the amounts of minerals and vitamins that you can take that will super boost your immune system. Now, a little app I'm going to be doing later on today. My missus bought me this for Christmas, this new digital phone. Now, this digital phone, I can take my heartbeat, my BP over whatever, and my blood oxygen levels. Now, currently at the minute, I'm getting 97 to 98% efficiency within my blood oxygen levels, right? Now, I'm going to do something later on. I'm going to test it first so I don't mug myself off. But I'm going to wear a mask indoors for 15 to 20 minutes. And I'm then going to do another test to see what my oxygen levels have dropped to. Now, I'm making a prediction that will drop to the low 90s, late 80s, all right? So I reckon that I'm going to lose about 8 to 10% of my oxygen capabilities within my blood gases through this device. And I'm going to be doing that later. I'm going to test it first, and I'm going to do it live with you guys so you can see. Masks. When you put a mask on, you're hyperventilating. How many of you years ago see a woman having a baby pumping on a bag, yeah? Yeah? You remember the old plastic, the old paper bag? Bosh, looked like an accordion. They were playing an accordion on their face, right? That is because you're breathing back in your own thing and it kind of numbs the brain out a bit. Vitamin D is key to immunity. Now, every single day, ladies and gentlemen, I take slow-release vitamin C. The vitamin C is the king of vitamins, and you can never overload on vitamin C because your body will just reject and dispel the vitamin C that it don't require. Vitamin D, D3 is amazing. Vitamin B12, a B vitamin is amazing for you. Iron, magnesium and zinc. If you're taking these supplements, magnesium and zinc relax your muscles. They make everything work so much nicer. You need calcium. You also need magnesium. Trust me. So if you keep good minerals, now most people don't realize that they're drinking loads of Coca-Cola. They're eating loads of terrible, terrible foods. They're actually killing their immune system. When you eat good living foods, fruits, veg, everything that you're supposed to be eating, and you drink just pretty much water-based stuff, you'll find that your body has a natural alignment to renew itself. If you don't believe me, go and watch Super Juice Me on YouTube. Jason Val done a 25-day experiment with about 15 people where he invited them to his retreat. There was one guy turned up from Newcastle, a bonny lad. He had 2 suitcases, one for medication and a sleep apnea machine, and the other was full of clothes. After 25-day juicing, this guy lost a ton of weight. He had 52 or 56 medications that he went with. And halfway through the program, he sat on the bed and started reading out the leaflets that come with his medications. It says, may do this, may cause sudden death. If it causes death, call your GP. This stuff don't, hang on, I've got to put another log on my log burner. It don't make sense, right? But at the end of that time period, at the end of them 28 days, this guy never needed his sleep apnea machine. He never needed. He'd gone down to 2 medications. And how did he heal himself? Well, nature healed him. That's the only thing that saved him was nature. Okay? And that's what nature does. Nature is a healer. An absolute beautiful, beautiful healer. So what are you going to do? You've got 2 farmers in the world. You've got natural farming and you got pharmaceuticals. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at that. Oh, here we go. Bosh. Yeah, he's lovely. Look at that. This gets super hot, super quick. Let me tell you, it really does. My friend's future son-in-law has been suffering with his asthma. Wearing a mask works, so told his work. Now look, you've got to wonder to yourself, right? Surely to God, you have to wonder if these numbers are going up and people are now in hospitals, and there is indeed 51,000 people in hospitals right now. Has that got a lot to do with mask wearing? Just putting it out there. Perfect bacteria breeding ground, warm and wet. Ooh, lovely on the lungs, not absolutely right. Jason Will says, have you looked into the Wim Hof breathing method? Yes, Dave, generates everything. Now, I'll tell you a little story about Wim Hof. Excuse me, got a bit of a frog in my throat this morning. I know Chico. You remember Chico time? Chico Dam, right? I know Chico. And I was with Chico last year where he come to an event. There was about 20 of us. And we all laid on the floor and we did the Wim Hof breathing experiment. Now, Wim Hof is the Iceman. Wim Hof is a very, very, very God-gifted individual. Okay. So look at that. Look at that roaring now. She's roaring. So I did and started the Wim Hof. Right? Let's get that round it. I started and to do the Wim Hof, and we had to breathe in, do this and do that. And I can remember laying on the floor and we were told about halfway through this thing to hold our breath. And I did that. And I can remember having held my breath for over 3 minutes and not feeling the need to breathe because I'd taken so much oxygen into my bloodstream. I could have held it for longer. I really could have. And I can see now why divers that do free diving can hold their breath for them long periods of time, because they take in so much oxygen into their blood that they can go down into deep depths and hold their breath for such a long period of time. My friends, we've done that one. Absolutely get rid of bodily intoxications. Yes. Magnesium and calcium before bed will relax the body, and calcium will feed the femur body to put calcium in the blood to repair the skeleton. Bless your heart. I don't take calcium. I take magnesium. I take good vitamin supplements mostly every day. And we do all sorts of different bits and bobs just to try and stay healthy. Because why, oh, why, before I disappear, because I've got to go and do some stuff, why, oh, why is the mainstream media not telling us how to protect ourselves with immunity? Why are they so keen for us all to take this vaccination when what they should be teaching us is to how to stay healthy, how to stay wealthy, because wealth is health, and how to stay fit, minerals, supplements, good foods, and to stop intoxicating our body? Why, oh, why? Why is alcohol still readily available? Alcohol depresses and suppresses the immune system. I'm not saying alcohol is fine if you want to drink it in moderation. It's absolutely fine. I like a glass of wine every now and again. But the point is this: exercising, good minerals, good vitamins, exactly, keeps you into a great. And Super Juice Me will show you that. You will watch Super Juice Me on YouTube. If you've got an hour and a bit to kill, go and watch it now after we finished it, and go and watch it and just think to yourself, wow. Because let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you only come into greatness when you allow your brain to think freely. When you allow your brain to think freely and just feel the environment that it's in and go, yeah, I'm running with this. This is all cool. Only then will you start seeing this world slightly differently. But if you're trapped in the lamestream media, you've got no chance. They don't want us to have an immune system, Dave. No, they certainly don't. Jason Wills, thanks for tuning in this morning, my man. UK Media, before I go, says take vitamin D with D3 for absorption. I've got some organic D and D3. I liquid drop per day with raw vitamin C. Beautiful. We've really got to keep our immune system going right now. To shut the gyms, to shut all the exercisation down is a sin. And this is all about the public sector flexing its muscles and showing us that they really and truthfully are Nazis. They are Nazis. Your councils, your police have become the Fourth Reich. Pay attention, people, before it's too late. I will be back to you again in the next few days, if not sooner. Have great New Year's Eves. Celebrate with your loved ones. I love you all. I'll see you all very soon. And let me tell you, 2021 is the year that humanity steps up, takes over, and gets back to greatness. Trust me, we win this battle. So help me God. Take care.